Vladimir Putin is coming to India. How do you think Trump and Xi Jinping are going to look at this meeting?
If Putin and Modi ji come up with some, creative, spectacular thing on de-dollarization or something like that, or maybe even some big-ticket defense deals, that may rile up Trump a bit. Xi Jinping, I think, would be the one looking much more critically. In the next 2 to 3 years, Russia and India should emphasize, figure out policies, initiatives as much as possible to widen the basket of our trade and economic relations.
Hello and welcome to India TV. I am Shivangi, and as you know, Vladimir Putin is coming to India, and this visit is something that the whole world is watching out. And there are a lot of things at stake. There are defense deals, oil trade, pressure from Washington and Russia's expectation. And at present, India is sitting at the center of a global power game. So to understand, beyond the lines, to see beyond the formalities, we have with us foreign affairs expert Robinder Sachdev. So welcome to India TV.
Thank you so much.
So first of all, I would like to ask you what message India is trying to give by hosting Putin at a time when Western pressure is tremendous on him.
India is conveying a message that life and business is as usual in this world of turmoil. The reason I say that it's business as usual is because this summit between Russia and India is an annual affair. Every year the two leaders of the countries meet, alternating in Moscow and Delhi. This year it's turn of Delhi to host, Prime Minister Modi to welcome. So Putin is coming. So in that sense it's something routine. But what makes it special is the timing. And more than the timing, also timing of course, the expected agenda between both India and Russia. We both are re-looking at what we really should be engaging in, and also the world players, especially let's say the US and China, as to how Russia and India integrate or build their relationship further. So I think yes, absolutely the world is watching what comes out of this meeting. It's coming at a time when I say it's a new world matrix under construction. The world order of today, which everyone says a new world order, what is it? It is a new world matrix which is under construction. At this point of time, nations, including us and Russia, are looking at how to be positioned, located in this world matrix. So that is the game going on right now. And that is the time in which Prime Minister Modi and President Putin are meeting. So therefore, it's a very absolutely important time, coming at a time when the new world matrix is being constructed.
But sir, we are expecting huge deals, particularly around Su-57, S-400. What do you think? Any such deals would come out as a result or not?
I do think that some deals would come out on the defense, big ticket items. The S-400 defense systems, something more on the S-500, maybe joint production or joint something like that. Sukhois, we don't know, but still there could be exploration talks. But the issue is, I think, across the entire bandwidth of defense, there will be a lot more emphasis on collaborations and high-tech progress, modernization by India and technology sharing. So that is happening without doubt much more earnestly, especially after Operation Sindoor, when we have learned some lessons of our success and maybe some of our weaknesses. And we realize that we are right now in a very hot situation in a way, because Sindoor is not paused yet, right? So it
is not over yet. Operation Sindoor is not over yet.
It's a pause. So the focus of India is at present to rapidly modernize, upgrade our weapons and arms systems and our military industrial complex. In this, how much Russia can partner with us, that is one thing, and a key thing of this summit, but I would say that is not the only thing.
What is the thing, sir? What do you think would come out of this meeting? The real agenda?
See, I think that, defense, nuclear, these have been relations between India and Russia since ages. Okay, now we are getting more and more, no doubt, agreed. India and Russia need to expand their relationships beyond these 2-3 areas.
I also want to ask you about that. Is there going to be diversification in other sectors as well or not? Like agriculture or maybe, aviation or other thing?
There has to be. Otherwise, no matter the emotional linkages and Raj Kapoor there and Russian circus in here, and we love Russia, but there has to be a more economic basis. You know, the bilateral trade between India and Russia, the target in media going on today is 100 billion by 2030. I take strong exception to that. I say that as completely unrealistic figure, pardon me. Reason being, before Ukraine war started, Russia-India bilateral trade was only $15 billion. Right now we say our trade is $65 billion. But that is only because of $50 billion of crude oil we have added.
Yeah.
Tomorrow the war stops. Russia gets back into the world ecosystem. Russian oil prices become the same as the rest of the world oil prices. We now looking at markets, we stop buying from Russia, we buy from Middle East. That 65 billion will come down to 15. So how can we set a target of reaching $100 billion without considering the fact and the play of crude oil? So our focus has to be on the non-oil trade, investment and projects. And they're absolutely right. Both governments realize it very urgently. In fact, it's urgent.
Yeah.
Russia is also taking steps. They are, in fact, Putin's one of the items on the agenda is how to increase Indian imports into Russia.
Yeah.
How to widen that. Okay. In fact, I am also working on a project, by the way, along the sidelines of this whole summit and in the consequent months, about widening India-Russia collaboration in medical technologies.
Okay.
Okay. So there are a lot of other sectors, even pharmaceuticals, engineering, machinery, in which India and Indian companies have to urgently go into Russia. The reason I say, if I may, quick and next, once this war ends in 3 months, 6 months, sometime, Russia will start coming back into the international economic systems. The sanctions will be lifted step by step, right? At present, all Western companies are out of Russia.
They are isolated, I guess.
Okay, they're not, right. Chinese have moved in. So when sanctions are lifted from Russia, it is opportunity for Indian companies to go in aggressively in the next 2-3 years and create their own market positions before Western companies come back in full force. Western companies will come back to Russia, but it will take them time because of sanctions, slow lifting and complications. So in the next 2 to 3 years, Russia and India should emphasize, figure out policies, initiatives as much as possible to widen the basket of our trade and economic relations.
Right. So, but given US discomfort, Trump often gets annoyed with our oil trade with Russia. What is the long-term risk calculation for India in staying close to a sanctioned Russia, especially on, defense deals?
See, couple of things. Trump is a numbers man.
Yeah.
Okay, and he's a pragmatic guy. As of now, the issue of India buying Russian oil is definitely his top concern.
Yeah.
It seems as of now, if we see, India is reducing purchase of Russian oil. Okay, by January, European Union sanctions will also kick in. Indian companies will reduce, I expect, very much significantly. So on the one hand, Trump will see that the core issue that he had with India for the 25% extra tariffs, okay, India is reducing oil exchanges.
Yeah.
So Trump, I think, will be okay with it. He'll be in fact satisfied with it.
Right.
Okay. He might get upset right now if Putin and Modi ji come up with some, creative, spectacular thing on de-dollarization or something like that, or maybe even some big ticket defense deals.
Yeah.
That may rile up Trump a bit. But he'll see that, okay, India is reducing oil purchase from Russia. That is what I wanted. And that's what our diplomacy would tell America. Look, you told us. So now, boom, let's be back to business. So that is where I think we are with America. At this point, if I may, quick distinction for your audiences about tariffs and sanctions. See, India stood with Russia since the Ukraine war up till now. Even despite America saying tariff and 25, so 50% tariffs on us. India kept buying. So I think President Putin understands and appreciates that. But now, it is not tariffs. What America has done now, starting November 21, has imposed sanctions on 2 Russian companies which are gas producer sellers of oil, that is Rosneft and Lukoil. So what it means now, if any Indian company buys whichever way from these 2, then this company's entire business in the world, especially let's say big players like Reliance, Nayara, of course, and even our public sector, they're all international banking can be stopped because of secondary sanctions. So Indian companies have to logically stop buying. So our purchases will go down. Putin is a mature personality. He will understand that India stood with me till the time the government strategically could.
Yeah, I think he also understands that there is pressure on us.
Yeah. This sanctions is something which will affect everyone. Even China will reduce.
Yeah.
But at the same time, yes, countries are looking to work out ways and mechanisms beyond these sanctions. So I think Trump would, at this point, be okay with it, because fundamentally, one thing that he'll say is, okay, oil, India is buying less from Russia. That one objective achieved. He will see, okay, fine, later on, I'll tackle other problems, issues when it comes to that.
Okay, but sir, defense deals, as I said, India might, lock in some deals on S-400 or Su-57. How will that impact Make in India, India's initiative, Make in India, and also our plans to, diversify the countries from where we, take our defense systems and mechanisms?
Well, absolutely, it will absolutely help. Let's say in the construction, not construction, in the growth of our military-industrial complex.
Yeah.
Because these defense deals will come with a good component of technology transfer.
Yeah.
The best that we can get, or to the maximum that we can get. For Sukhois, for example, Russia is offering something, but still not offering even 100%. Nobody offers, right? But maybe it's offering a lot more than what Americans would offer or what the Rafales would offer.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? So technology transfer will be more, whichever.
That is the main concern for India.
Okay. Then also joint production.
Yeah.
Right? So what that will do is that will strengthen and deepen our own ecosystem of technology base, and thereby Atmanirbharta. You see, every manufacturing would need to have ancillary units. One factory for something needs 100 suppliers. Okay, so you get 100 suppliers who are efficient and competent to manufacture those kind of components, etc. So that builds up your capacity of the industry.
And so, what is the progress and challenges in the sanction-proof systems that we are using? For example, rupee-ruble trade or linking rupee with Mir. What are the challenges in that?
That is the one big challenge which will also be very much discussed in this meeting. See, we were talking that Indian companies should immediately, as soon as possible, go into Russia and invest, do study tours and find out opportunities, meet people, get technologies. The one big hurdle in all of that, or even before, is our payment systems.
Yeah.
Okay, we cannot pay in dollars, or Russia cannot take in dollars. And we've had a traditional problem with this actually. Our rupee-ruble trade, though we talk about it, but there is so much of Indian rupees in Russia, India, which should be paid to Russia, that we are not being able to pay. Okay. So that's a hurdle going back. Yes, you're right. We have our rupee system. Russia has their Mir system, and also SPSF, I think they call it.
Okay.
It's the equivalent of SWIFT, which Russia is making, right? So linking the SPS, that system, with India's rupee, or Mir with rupee, that is absolutely critical. But I think there are technical challenges, regulatory challenges therein. That has to be simplified ASAP.
So moving on to PM Modi and Putin's, friendship that people often talk about. Putin gave PM Modi the Order of St. Andrew. Now, what does that signify at a time of global strain? How do you see that?
So certainly, see, when any nation, and especially a large ancient nation civilization like Russia, their leader confers an honor on some other leader, a lot of thought goes beyond it.
Yeah.
That is different than any small country, recently independent, creating some national honor and giving. So the weight, or you can say the symbolism of the honor, is much more. So therefore, the symbolism is extremely out there. It indicates, yes, relations. They value our friendship. You honor someone whom you value, right?
Yeah.
So they value the nation, they value the personality. Of course, Prime Minister Modi. So it indicates that. And of course, in the world of today, it's also the world of today of optopolitics, where optics is layered on geopolitics.
Optics is more important.
Yeah. So this is optopolitics.
Okay.
So it's one bit that is also there, but on the whole, what it does, it creates more goodwill, more warmth between people to people relations also. Like you and I are discussing that, Modi ji got that.
Yeah.
And through this program, many more people already know, will hear about it.
Yeah.
It indicates to the folks here in India that President Putin or the people of Russia are wanting to or taking steps to express goodwill with India. So that creates a reciprocal goodwill in our mind about Russia.
Okay. So now, at this point of time, this meeting is happening. What do you think? And between the two countries, Russia and India, is Russia leaning more on India as an anti-West anchor in Asia, or is it India who needs Russia more? So who needs more? Who needs who more? That is the question.
We both need each other. The challenge we are facing. Russia is leaning towards India more, wants to lean, but what is India offering? That is our challenge. Okay, what are we offering in terms of interlinkages? Similarly, between us and Russia, we want to integrate more with Russia, do more trade, business, strategic, etc. But what is it where Russia and India are intersecting in and working in multiple sectors? That is the challenge. Okay, other than, once again, oil, which is purely coincidental only due to Ukraine war. The war stops tomorrow. In 3 months, oil will be zero. Our trade will be down to 20 billion maybe, right? Nuclear, which is also government-driven business. Defense is government-driven. These all are government-driven large businesses. G2G. We need much wider private sector participation, both from India into Russia and from Russia into India. In fact, I think I mentioned I'm working on a healthcare project towards that. Partly that's one. But we need much more people-to-people linkages. So there will be in this discussions, of course, I think emphasis on people-to-people, which we need because the more people, businessmen go for study tours or whatever, students go, the more you find out the opportunities. So I think it's not Russia leaning more on India or wanting to lean. The point is, what do you have? Same way with India. We are wanting to lean when we are leaning on Russia. But the point is, what do you have? Even though we are the best of friends, but we need that. So yes, Russia has something that we need, which we are, oil right now, defense yes, and even nuclear. But what is it
that
India has? Okay, Russia, pharmaceuticals. We should be expanding in a big way in pharmaceuticals. In Russia, food and items. Once the sanctions hit after Ukraine war, Russia, all Western companies moved out. All car companies moved out. All Chinese companies are cars there now. All air conditioners in Russia you are seeing are maybe Chinese made. So everything is coming in there. So where are our businesses or our companies who are there in Russia? We need that. Russia needs food materials. Russia is importing meat, be it medicines, pharmaceuticals, engineering, machineries. I think the onus lies more on India to fill that gap.
Okay. So now my final question to you. How do you think Trump and Xi Jinping are going to look at this meeting? How would Trump react? What do you think?
Trump, I think he would react my first reaction would be he would react okay with it, because on the other side he would see that the numbers that India is cutting down Russian oil, so he'll say, okay, fine. I want them to cut down oil, they're cutting down oil. So on that, he'll be okay with it. The rest he will see carefully, not only Trump, his State Department. As I said, unless there's something spectacular about de-dollarization or some other thing which could rile him up, other than that, he'll see, okay, Russia, India getting deeper and stronger, okay, he'll wait for it. Xi Jinping, I think, would be the one looking much more critically.
Okay.
Xi Jinping would be, because you see, again, if India gets stronger with Russia, Russia needs to tilt less on China. Okay, and in fact, that's our strategic intent also.
Yeah.
We need to grow our engagement with Russia so that Russia does not end up leaning only on China. So Xi Jinping would be looking at how Russia-India, engagements are going, and how is India stepping up into the Russian market or Russian game. He would be very much looking at that. And remember, once upon a time it was Russia which was a superpower. China was a piddling communist country.
Yeah.
Now China is a 20 trillion economy. Russia is 2.5 trillion. Okay, and they had their own disputes also in the Far East. So there's that thing also there. So China would be looking, I think, extremely carefully.
Okay, so well, I guess you answered all our questions, all our doubts, and thank you for that. Great info on this. We needed to decode because Putin is coming, and there is a lot more. As you said, there is optopolitics.
Optopolitics.
Optopolitics. So that is one term I got to learn today.
Optics and geopolitics.
That's completely new, and I hope our viewers liked it too. Do comment and let us know how you feel. And for more such interviews, stay tuned with India TV.
Thank you.